Good evening, friends. Today we wish to hear about time dilation. What is time dilation? Time dilation is the phenomenon where the observed time rate of an observer's reference frame is different from that of a different reference frame. I repeat, what is time dilation? Time dilation is the phenomenon where the observed time rate of an observer's reference frame is different from that of a different reference frame. Time is weird. It slows down at high speeds and around massive objects. It completely stops at the speed of light and at the event horizon of a black hole and does not exist at the center of a black hole. Theory of relativity. In special relativity, the concept of simultaneity becomes relative. Two observers can disagree about if two events happened simultaneously or not, and both observers are right. It arises from the realization that the speed of light is always constant. It arises from the realization that the speed of light is always constant, regardless of the observer's motion. Time is an illusion. Time is not linear, it is simultaneous. Everything, including the past and future, all are happening right now. Time is not linear, it is simultaneous. Everything, including the past and future, all are happening right now. Past lives are actually parallel lives. Time is a man-made 3D construct. In higher dimensions, there is no such thing as time because we experience everything happening simultaneously in the now and as one. Photons do not experience time. In the theory of relativity, Albert Einstein established that the closer you get to the speed of light, the less time you experience and the shorter your distance becomes. Now for photons or light themselves which move at the speed of light, time stops and space shrinks to nothing. For photons or light themselves, which move at the speed of light, time stops and space shrinks to nothing. This means that for photons of light, even those emitted trillions of years ago, there is zero change in time and distance from when they are emitted to when they are absorbed again. Time dilation. Astronomy or astrophysics or cosmology, that is the study of cosmos, who was discovered by Carl Sagan. Astronomy or astrophysics or cosmology, that is the study of cosmos, was discovered by Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan explained Einstein's theory of relativity, specifically about how time slows down when you travel at the speed of light. This is called time dilation. I repeat, what is time dilation? Carl Sagan explained Einstein's theory of relativity specifically about how time slows down when you travel at the speed of light. This is called time dilation. He explained this using the example of two brothers. The elder brother takes a ride on his bike, that is motorcycle, close to the speed of light. He leaves his younger brother seated on a roadside bench, who waits for him to return. When the elder brother returns, he finds his younger brother has become an old man, while he has not aged at all. This is because time slows down, close to the speed of light, while only a few minutes had elapsed uh, for elder brother, the caves had passed for the younger brother. There is a similar story in Indian mythology. In ancient time, King Indradumna received an order to dream from Lord Jagannath to establish a temple for Lord Balabhadra, Devi Subhadra, and Lord Jagannath, giving priority and following instruction. King Indradumna took few years to construct the temple with the help of renowned sculpture artists and skilled workers. After completion of the temple, King Indradumna wanted to inaugurate the temple in presence of Lord Brahma, the creator of this universe or the creator of everything. So, to invite Lord Brahma, in that inaugural occasion, the king reached Brahmaloka and saw Brahma in meditation. He, the king, waited for opening of his, means Brahma's eyes, to ask his consent or willingness to join the inaugural program. Lord Brahma laughed, hearing all, and told him, the king, time passed differently in different locus. In that short time, the king waited for him 108 jugas, means 108 impeach or era had passed on earth. 108 epochs or era had passed. In that short time, the king waited for him 108 epochs or 108 eras had passed on earth. King returned to earth and found no temple and no persons and nothing of his kingdom. King Indradumna saw no temple on the coast of the sea at Puri, that means Srikshetra. Actually, in those days, the temple had gone beneath the sand of the seashore of Puri or Srikshetra. In the meantime, several kings from Surdev to Galmadho ruled the state and gone. Several generations had passed when King Indradumna went to meet Brahma and Brahmaloka to invite him for inauguration of the temple. This story of our mythology has a striking similarity with the explanation of Carl Sagan, who had read our mythology. According to our mythology, one day in Devaloka is 1 year on earth. One day in Devaloka is 1 year on earth. One day in Brahmaloka is 8.6 billion years on earth. That is half of the age of our universe. The way the king Indradumna experienced the passage of time is very similar to Carl Sagan analogy, who had gone through our mythology or Hindu scriptures. Experiencing few hours in Brahmaloka is same as in the earth. Thousands of years before the postulation of Einstein's special theory of relativity, our ancestors have imagined that time passes or flows in the universe differently in different spaces. They imagined time as infinite and creation as a create and they imagined time as infinite and creation is a cyclic process. But the current universe is preceded and followed by the infinite number of universes. Anadi, Anantam, beginningless and endless. Anadi Anantam means beginningless and endless. That how our Veda is described this cyclic process of creation and dissolution or annihilation. Then the question comes, what is Big Bang? The massive explosion that created the universe. Do you know how small or tiny was the universe at the time of Big Bang? Our minds are not equipped to envision it. It was so tiny that you can only describe it as nothing. It was almost 100 million billion times smaller than a proton. Smaller than a proton, not even an atom. A proton itself is 100,000 billion times smaller than a grain of sand. Just to give you an idea of how small it is. We know an atom is very small. Let us imagine an atom to be as large as a football field. The atom is mostly an empty space. Then the size of the nucleus would be a size of just a football in the center of the field. This football contains all the protons and neutrons of the atom, just to give you an idea of the proportion of an atom and how small the proton is. At the time of Big Bang, the whole universe was 100 million billion times smaller than a proton. Can you even imagine this? It just boggles the mind. Billions of galaxies, trillions of stars are literally are emerging from this nothingness, So finally, it can be concluded that both science and mythology seem to be on a quest for the same knowledge. Thank you.